Hey guys, Happy New Year! You're watching this presumably on January 1st, 2021. Today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you all of my favorites and a few fails from the month of December. You guys really seem to enjoy this series, and I have all of these monthly favorites videos saved in a playlist, so if you want to check out what I liked and disliked in prior months, by all means, binge on. All right, the first favorite from the month of December. You guys have been telling me to check out this sunscreen for a while now, and I'm so glad I finally got around to acquiring it and using it because I love it. It is Black Girl Sunscreen. This is a kids version. I chose the kids version because it's SPF 50. I have a non-kids version, which is SPF 30. I wanted the SPF 50 because, as I pointed out in other videos, if you can go higher on your SPF, that's better. Just because of the way people apply sunscreen, they under apply it, and higher SPF sunscreens have actually shown to be better at protecting people from a burn, just by virtue of the way we apply things. But anyway, so I wanted to go with a higher one, and I've got to say, you guys, the formula on this is wonderful. It's not greasy, it absorbs really quickly, it's moisturizing, it looks nice on the skin, zero cast. Zero cast because this is a chemical sunscreen. There are no mineral actives, which are the ingredients that often are responsible for the white cast. This, unlike other chemical sunscreens on the market, does not have oxybenzone. Oxybenzone is a chemical sunscreen filter that tends to cause burning and stinging for many people. Yours truly has a difficult time tolerating it around the eyes. But this sunscreen doesn't have that, and it's really easy, at least for me, to tolerate around my eyes, and I really like it. It does feel a little oily on the skin. It has avocado oil, shea butter, and it also has, what was the other seed oil? Oh, jojoba oil, which are wonderful oils, but some people find that oils in their skincare products aggravate their acne. If that's you, this might not be a good choice, but otherwise I have really enjoyed it. I think it gives the skin a nice luminous glow without looking greasy or heavy. I also love that it's water resistant up to 80 minutes, so it's wonderful if you are in a humid climate like yours truly, just to give you a little bit more reassurance in between applications that the sunscreen is still on. And of course, if you are going to be outdoors doing activities, having water resistant sunscreen is really important. So I like this. You know, it's marketed as for the face or the body. Truthfully, I haven't really worn it on my body, but I think it would go over well there. I have mostly just been using it on my face. I definitely recommend checking this out. As I said, I think if you are somebody who finds that plant oils and skincare products aggravate your skin, I would caution you against this, but otherwise, I really like it. I will say one thing about it though, that has not obviously been an issue for me, but if you wear makeup, I wonder, I would worry that the makeup might not set up particularly well on this because the oils kind of create a little bit of a slip, and I think you might get pilling, clumping of your makeup. But I haven't had any experience putting makeup on over this sunscreen, so I can't tell you for sure. I just kind of suspect that because of the way the formula is. So you might have issue with it if you like to wear makeup over sunscreen. But I like this. I would love to see this brand come out with a tinted sunscreen, since they obviously do a good job, because the tint would give iron oxides, which offer some protection against propigmenting wavelengths of visible light that affect medium to deep skin tones. And this product, is marketed for people with deeper skin tones because, it's not gonna leave a cast, which is what people are looking for. So I would love it if this brand would come out with a tinted version. I think that would be a really nice addition to their brand, and I really like this, you guys. It's affordable. You can get it at Target. I bought mine directly from their website. It's like $10, so it's not expensive at all. Definitely try it. It's very, very good. And like I said, I got the kids one. I can't imagine that the adult version is much different. It has basically the same ingredients, but is a lower SPF. It's SPF 30, which is fine. It's fine for everyday use, especially if you're mostly indoors. But I always like to go higher because, you know, we under apply things. So that was definitely a win. All right, a skincare fail. You guys have been asking me to try out the brand Good Molecules. And a while ago, they sent me a large PR package of several skincare products. So I decided to try their niacinamide brightening toner. This product has niacinamide, which you guys know can have a skin brightening effect. It's also anti-inflammatory and good for the skin barrier. It has arbutin in it, which is good for improving hyperpigmentation. It has licorice root, another good ingredient for improving hyperpigmentation and reducing redness and inflammation in the skin. I was really optimistic about this. It also has, sorry to get sidetracked, it also has like astragalus, I think, root extracts. It has some root extracts which are hydrating. Like I said, I was really optimistic about this product, but I don't know if it's just me. I don't tend to have sensitive skin, but I found that this caused like the sensation of burning, tingling, and irritation. And it made my skin kind of red and blotchy every time I used it. So I wasn't able to really tolerate it, basically. It was a fail for me. And I, you know, because of that, I am resistant to recommend it to you guys. Because you guys know I use and try out a fair number of skincare products. It's actually pretty rare for me to have issues with them. So the fact that this caused like blotchy redness, irritation, it's just itchiness, kind of an itchy sensation. I don't know if it's just the way it's formulated. But the other product that I tried is their silicone-free priming moisturizer. Now this is a shea butter moisturizer. It has a pretty short ingredient list. You know, it's fragrance-free. Truthfully, this was not horrible, but it wasn't like a wow. Didn't seem to like really, you know, amp up hydration or give like a wrinkle smoothing effect like a lot of really good basic moisturizers can do. It was just kind of middle of the road, not bad, just not like go out of my way to acquire good. So it's one thing though that I will say about it, you know, it's marketed as a silicone-free priming moisturizer. So where I find that this is going to be useful to people is that some people who wake up in the morning, they like to put moisturizer on before sunscreen. Moisturizers with a lot of silicones in them sometimes can make your sunscreen pill and ball after you put the sunscreen on. So I think that this silicone-free formulation would be a nice option for you to try under sunscreen if that's kind of part of your skincare routine, is to wear put moisturizer on, allow it to absorb, and then put sunscreen. I think this would be a good option. Also, I think it would be a good option for people who wear makeup for that same reason. Silicones, they're wonderful ingredients, but sometimes you try and put things on top like sunscreen and it causes pilling and balling and whatnot. So I think it would be a good choice in that regard. But one thing I'll point out about this is the packaging, all right? Like from back here, you probably think you're getting like a good amount of moisturizer. But if you look very carefully, when I take the top off, here, let's take it to the side. There's no product up until here. Here's where it starts. And I haven't really used that much of this. But I'm just showing you guys that you really only get that much product. Their packaging creates quite an optical illusion. They have this excess here, they have a gap here, and then they have all of this height here. So, you know, when you're looking at this on the website, it's not as much as it looks like. You're not getting as much as you think. You're getting 1.7 ounces. They're obviously not lying about that, but you know, it's hard to visualize 1.7 ounces, and you might think, wow, that's quite a bit of moisturizer that I'm getting just visually, but really, you know, they have a lot of unnecessary plastic just to create the illusion of more product. But anyways, that one's not bad. It didn't cause any issues for me. I just, you know, it wasn't like, ooh, let me go out of my way to acquire that. All right, but this past month, you know, was December, and I was sharing with you guys the Yesstyle Advent Calendar. Wasn't that fun? I always have a ton of fun opening that thing up for you. And I have to say, the calendar as a whole this year was even better than last year. I mean, they really put a lot of good, interesting products in that. So I haven't really used too much of the skincare yet to comment on, but one thing that I have been using is a makeup product. Yes, I sometimes like to wear a lipstick in the winter months. I don't know, I just kind of think it livens things up, and for whatever reason I get into it in the winter months. And one of the days I got this Clavu, can you guys see that? Lipstick in the shade Marsala, like Marsala wine. And I've really been liking it, and you guys have commented on it in some of my videos like, ooh, are you wearing lipstick? Yes, it's this. It stays on pretty well. It doesn't like do goopy stuff. Ooh, we're getting rain. It doesn't do like goopy stuff or anything, and the packaging is really nice. It's got that satisfying magnetic kind of closure. I don't know, people who wear lipstick are like, of course it does, they all do, but to me I'm like, ew, wow, a magnet. Yeah. I've been enjoying that, but overall I would say the Yesstyle Advent Calendar was the highlight of December for me. I just love opening that thing, and you know, it came with a lot of really good skincare, and I would say there were a few things that I was not necessarily interested in, but those, you know, I can donate to a women's shelter, like eyeshadow and contouring palettes. So for me, it was just a lot of fun to open up with you guys, and it's a good deal. I wish they didn't sell out as quickly as they do, because I feel guilty, you know, opening it up and people see it for the first time and they're like, I want one, and then they're already sold out by the time. This I love. It's my massive water jug. I got this, of course, from Costco. It's the brand High Sierra. This is a water jug that, you know, is for people who like go camping and stuff. But I typically drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water throughout the day, emphasizing the throughout part. I don't drink it all at once or all in one sitting. But having this is really handy because, quite literally, it's got a nice handle. It keeps the water cold pretty much all day. And it has a nice spout to drink out of. You could put a straw in there, I suppose, if you had a really long straw. It also stays sealed, doesn't leak, and it has a hook to hang for like camping and whatnot. I love this. It came in a 2-pack, and so I pretty much only have been using this one, but I think these are a good option. You know, obviously if you camp or whatever, or you do like, you know, outdoor activities where you need to bring water, it's a good thing. If you do sports or whatever, or your kids do, and you take them to sporting things, although are we really doing that much anymore? I'm not sure. It depends on where you live and what the sport is. But blabbing aside, this is a good thing to take, you know, like to a baseball field or whatever, because it keeps the water cold, is what I'm getting at, and you have your water. Anyways, I like it for that reason, and also I like them because here in Houston, you kind of have to have some, you know, disaster preparedness stuff on hand. Filtered water in case there's a, you know, hurricane or whatever during hurricane season. So I kind of got them with that intention. I didn't really think I'd be drinking out of mine as much as I have been. I thought I would use it more like in case of emergency, but oh no. The other one I have stashed. The other reason I got it is, for whatever reason, a lot of times I found here they will just spontaneously turn off the water, and they usually notify us like a day in advance, and so they're like, stock up on water. And that's kind of another reason why I got it, to have it, you know, in case we have another 24-hour period without running water. That is never fun. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I don't know if you can get them online. I'm sorry. I know that's like really frustrating in videos like this to see and then like not be able to get. But I wanted to give it a shout out because it definitely has been something I've been enjoying. And I know a lot of you are Costco fanatics like yours truly. So definitely get it. It was not expensive. They weren't expensive. I think they were like $20 for the 2. And I think they are really good quality, and you know, they'll last forever. So I've really been enjoying that. And then a little food snack that I've been loving. I got this because of Instagram. I saw a lot of people promoting these. I was like, I need to try them. They're these Verb energy bars. They come in a variety of flavors, and they have a little bit of caffeine in them from green tea, but it's like a drop in the pan for me. So I have them in the like mid-morning when I need like a mid-morning snack. Or late, or mid-morning, I would say, is when I have them mostly. And my favorite flavors are the maple blueberry and the salted peanut butter. These are really good. They're definitely worth the hype that they've gotten on social media. Okay, and then I'm not wearing them right now, but a lot of you guys have been asking me about these hairbands that I've been wearing, and they're from Lily Silk. I usually get my hairbands from Headbands of Hope, but these specifically that I've been wearing a lot lately and you all have been asking me about are from Lily Silk. I've really been enjoying this blue velour hairband. Really nice when your hair is like not cooperating, and it can kind of just instantly make you look put together. And I've also really been loving this silk one. Really nice because it doesn't create traction right here on the hairline. A lot of hairbands, they pull really tight here and they put a lot of pressure and unnecessary friction, and that can contribute to breakage, and with time it also can contribute to traction alopecia, which I know a lot of you guys deal with. So a silk hairband is a nice alternative because it doesn't create that friction that contributes to breakage, and these stay in place despite not being tight on the head. So if you're somebody, as a side note, who finds that a lot of headbands give you a headache because they're too tight or they pinch, this is not like that. So Lily Silk is really nice quality, and I've really been enjoying wearing these, and I wanted to share them with you guys because I have gotten questions, and I think a lot of you assumed they were from Headbands of Hope, which is the other headband company I love and recommend, but these I've really been enjoying. You guys, I failed this month in terms of reading. I was just, I don't know, distracted. December's a very busy month in general for most people, and I don't know, my attention span was that of a gnat. And so I just really had a hard time focusing on this book, and I'm not really enjoying it. It's The Lake House by Kate Morton, and you can see, I mean, I read pretty, voraciously, and I've only made it this far in the book, so that's very telling that I'm just having a hard time getting into it. Before I dismiss it completely though, I'm going to push through a little bit further because a lot of books, they're slow to start, and so you need to give them a little bit more time, and I think that I'm only 62 pages in, and the story seems like it's gonna get interesting. So I'm gonna keep pushing through. Stay tuned till January. If I finish it, great. If not, I'll definitely update you in the January favorites fails video. But I'm gonna keep on with this. I'm not gonna bail on it because it is pretty well written. I will say that. So I'm gonna keep going with this, but stay tuned is what I'm getting at. As a side note, this bookmark came from Erin Condren. It says Create. These are really nice from Erin Condren. They have some really nice bookmarks on their site, and they don't crease or dent the pages. I try my very best when I read a book to not like damage it in any way, shape, or form, just kind of out of respect for the book. But also when I buy books, which I bought this, I after I finish reading them, I give them away to somebody, and I like them to have the book in as close to new condition as possible. So yeah, I did that. Like I never would write in a book or highlight in a book or anything like that. It just seems unorthodox to do that. I don't know. All right, the other multimedia thing, and I'll finish on this, that I really enjoyed over the past few weeks actually, because like I said in an earlier vlog, I tend to watch more movies and television over the holidays. And I really have enjoyed on Netflix a series called Hip Hop Evolution. I think I've watched maybe 3 or 4 of the episodes, and it is so good. Y'all know I'm a huge hip hop fan, and I really thought I knew a lot about the history of hip hop, like the early days of hip hop in the 70s. And in the first episode, in the first like 10 minutes of the first episode, I learned so much. So if you are interested in hip hop at all, I highly recommend checking this out. It's just, even if you don't like hip hop, if you're one of those people who's always been like, I don't get it, watch this, because even though you might not like the music, I really think having an understanding of the history behind an art form can make you appreciate it a little bit more, or be more open to it, or just, you know, be like, it's not for me, but I see where it came from, and I can respect that and appreciate it. So I highly recommend this series. It's pretty well done, and like I said, I have learned a lot that, you know, I thought I knew a lot about hip hop, but yeah, it's been very good. So I look forward to watching the other episodes. Hopefully I'm able to. I have a difficult time carving out my attention for television or movies. I'm one of those people, I have to be multitasking and doing things, but it can be hard to multitask and watch a film or, you know, movie or something on TV, because you miss things. I am that person where, like, 20 minutes into something, if you're watching a movie with me, I'll be like, what did they say? Why are they doing that? And you're like, watch instead of trying to do all of these other things. Yeah, I am that annoying person that tries to multitask too much to the detriment of not then understanding what's going on. But I've actually been able to focus on this series, and it's really good. So I'm gonna try and finish it, but I highly recommend it. It's been very good and very educational. Those are all my favorites and a few fails from the month of December. I hope you guys are having a great start to the new year. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.